Yeah. Well, you know.
Hey guys, hi, we're live.
Hello.
So it's me, Rich.C. We've got Gary up top, and then we've got Steve over the side. And we'll crack on by saying, hello, Steve. I think you've got something that was big, heavy, and maybe have started leaving the building soon.
Yes, the Alamo. Yeah,
The Alamo.
The courier calamity, we'll call it.
Yeah.
So we finished it off over the weekend. The last of them, they're all packed up, and then we started booking the couriers on Monday to collect them. It came in at something like 700 kilos. So DHL didn't want to come and get it in one van because it basically would have been about full, and that would have been it. So they've been going out over the last few days. So quite a few people. In fact, I know they've actually been arriving. Some people have already got them. Yeah. But so the last one should go out tomorrow. Really Monday, maybe a couple Monday. It depends how many they collect tomorrow. If they can take them all tomorrow, I'll push them onto the back of the van myself.
Squeeze them on.
So yeah. Yeah, it was a pallet and a half of MDF, which normally when it arrives in a couple of pallets, we have to get forklift trucks and everything to move it around. So,
wow.
Yeah. So we booked it all. So they went, and it was a quick phone call.
So the race is on to see who can complete it by next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Yeah. Yes, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, but Rich, I did that lot in a week.
So Gary set the challenge, everybody. Did it in a week. I know some of them have got.
Yeah, so it's good. So I think even there's a few extreme ones, that are going to Australia and that, but the furthest away ones have gone, and quite a few of the UK ones have gone. So the bulk of the ones that haven't are all to the US. But it's normally a 3 or 4 day delivery. So with DHL, so I would think everyone should have them next week, unless someone just isn't in when it gets delivered. So that'll be pretty cool.
Wow.
Fantastic! All right, good effort, everybody. 700 kilos. So that's each one is 7 kilograms, and that's since she's high in a big pack.
Yeah, it's compact, but it's quite chunky. So don't drop it on your toe.
No. Taking one by one, folks, it's fun to build. It really is fun.
Yeah, we've packed them all up, so the instructions interleave all the sections. So it's quite, apart from a couple of cut bits and pieces that might be shared over 2 sheets, the instructions split it all up into bits. So it's quite. If you just walk down through the stack in order, you'll walk around the compound.
Yeah, definitely one to read the instructions first, and then start planning how you're going to go ahead and paint before you go and pop everything out.
Yeah,
because that could just be a nightmare. Yeah, unless you got a floor.
Yeah, I think the Desert Fort paint guide's probably quite a good one to look at. Would you agree, Gary? And the Greek one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So that's but I do think that maybe just a base coat while it's still on the sheets might be quite a good way to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got the space, have fun with the bases if you can resist, but get the terrain tiles out, and you could literally spray that in one whole hit, and get just two cans of other colours, just literally going all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't do it on the kitchen floor.
Either join in or
I'm still in trouble for the path.
Oops. Yeah. On the footpath out, but yeah, right.
A lot of overspray.
So what else?
I'm pandering to stereotypes tonight. I've got my national drink here.
Yeah.
Some product placement.
All right, you place that product. We'll go to Gary now and see what Gary's been up to. I noticed in the background there you've got a couple of things.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of genres really. I've still got to paint the Arab Dhow pirates. Yes, because they come from Afghan was it War Games Atlantic or whatever? They're
yes.
plastics. So
Yeah.
I've now got 5 Afghans to paint. I've got some British 5 to paint, because they'll work with something that I'm working on, which is some of the bits I'm going to show you, because it'll go across different eras and different continents. And then I've got 5 ACW figures to paint.
Actually, Gary, that's quite apt, because it does literally go across continents, doesn't it? What you've been painting up.
yeah. or it goes in a ring. I've designed it that way so I can take photos and have fun. Apart from that, some bits, because it uses X kits or kits that we've already got out there that on the website have never been painted. So things like the water tower. I really need to know where my camera is half the time.
Yeah.
So I've used, that's one of the discs that comes out from the sort of iron rings around it. And all I've done is, like last week, I just thought I'd hook it in with last week, where I drew the planking on.
Yeah. Just
with HB6 or a B6 pen, bit of grass, bit of crayon, bit of ink wash.
Yeah.
And then the pump that goes with it.
Oh, excellent. Good.
So, and although it's a desert, because of course it's pumping water, that's where you get your green foliage at the bottom. Yeah. And again, the feather, sort of whatever your weather vane.
Yeah.
That's been, so it's drawn in. So you don't need etch.
Yeah,
you don't need etch. You can just draw it in as rough as nails. So,
yeah.
And for those that remember the Imodium magnets last week,
Imodium.
I can't remember what they are. So I'm sort of working on different things.
Other
so you can see the road, and then the
I can't see
telegraph pole.
Oh, right, okay.
It's held on with the I call them lampposts. I can never remember.
Is it an Australian telegraph pole?
Yeah, actually, it does cross continents. Actually, the other stuff that goes with this, that's quite cool.
Telegraph.
Yeah. So watch where these are 5mm by 0.5 millimeter thick. Irrelevant magnets. I can't remember.
Say it.
I can't. What does it start with? No road. Yeah, whatever. Watch your polarity, folks, as this one is really does not want to stick where it's supposed to go. And of course, if you don't get it right, although it's on an edge, it's quite sort of floppy. But these are quite cool.
That's quite handy.
So it shows that I've got some cactuses coming as well. So that's where the extra, you can see, the little dots? They're the other magnets.
All right, so you just drilled into the train tile.
Yeah, I've got another tile which has got about 8-9 magnets on it, all for cactuses to be put in different places. Because you can then take those off, and if you want to do, you could put rocks on a disc, and then you could have them, you could stick rocks and different things in different places. So they're just all over the place for something else that we're working on, new kits. But there's things like wagons. There's a few of those been done this week. Bit of railway to go with it.
That's a new carriage, is it? No, that's the rock.
Yeah, it's just in green. It's because you very rarely see it in different colours.
Yeah.
So so that's
the photos for that.
plus a number of other things I can't tell you about. I started another kit today. Steve and I had a chat at the beginning of the week. Somebody asked for something, and it's not
another one of those. We'll be releasing it next week.
Yeah. I mean, the bottom bit's done. I'm just putting the superstructures on at the moment, so I'm having a bit of fun.
Fantastic.
We've talked. A little something that goes across the water.
Yeah,
that was asked for.
It's got getting done because we constantly, it was like, oh, we should do whatever, and it never sort of gets there and then suddenly people have been picking it up. So we decided to progress it.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to see what I can find out for next week then. Yes,
it looks cool. It looks cool so far.
Yes. Right. Well, actually, think of new things. Steve, you've been doing a bit of work with Dark Ops, haven't you?
Yeah, we've. I mean, anyone that's sort of been around the UK show scene the last couple of years and knows Dave, that's been doing all the events for us and works here. He also had his own laser cut range, which he kind of parked probably for about the last year because we've just been so busy, all of us here, and we're going to bring it all in under Dark Ops. That was part of the thing. So we sort of just tidying that up. And we're going to have a brand new Dark Ops website, and Dave's stuff will all come in there with the current Dark Ops stuff as well. And it'll be a sort of blended in with the Sarissa site. So there'll be two different sites, but they'll share a common shopping cart. But they will be sort of, they'll have their own look and feel.
People will be able to find those.
So that's been quite good. Yeah,
then there's the pressure on Rich as well to perform with little bits and pieces that I've thrown at him.
Don't worry about that.
Some other stuff. Yeah, so there's that, and that's that's it. That was all supposed to happen earlier in the year, well at the start of the year, but the situation we find ourselves in kind of delayed that. So we've still been thinking about it and putting little things in place, but I'm going to get Dave. We'll get Dave to come on next week or the week after because he's much more fun than us and he can tell everyone about it.
Yeah, we'll have to wind people up to speed to keep up with his verbal.
That's it. Yeah. So he's So we'll get him on next week or the week after. He's not actually that far away from me at the moment, but
So the idea with Dark Ops is that as soon as we can, we're going to be up and running with it, and things that have yet to been released on there that were promised over years, we are now in a position to actually start getting that up and running.
Yeah, so Dave's stuff will come on, but there's also some projects and products that were virtually there ready to go when we took them over, and we'll get them sorted and get them out because people are asking for them.
Yeah,
and then we're doing a sort of tidy up of all the other kits and doing instructions for them, and that's quite a long process. It's not. Yeah, so we've got to sort of, because a lot of them are they exist only in 2D, and so we've got to do some tidying up of files and create those. So Dave's working through that as well.
Yeah. I know we've been able to sort out some of the ships, but there's a couple more to go, and we promise we'll get those. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Right, cool. And
I think someone's just actually asked them the Dark Ops ship. Yes, the other one, the big Spanish galleon there. That's 100% will be one of the first ones.
Yes, fantastic.
So, definitely. Yeah.
Yes. And you've been playing about with another hobby tray, I believe, as well.
I have, I kind of showed it off the other week, didn't I? Because it was sitting on the desk anyway. So we did the, I don't know, I'm probably too close to show it off. We did the A4 tray, hobby tray. We released that in May. Seems so far away now, June, May, whatever it was. It's just like 2020 just disappeared far too quickly.
Yes.
So this one is a chunkier one. It's more of a desktop one. So it's A3 size, nice cut mats. He says none of this is glued together, so it'll probably fall apart completely. But again, the paint holder element of it does come away, so you can just use it as a tray, and you could set this off to the side if you wanted. So there's a bit of flexibility in it. But so we'll get that.
Water holder in the corner?
Yes. And again, like the other one, you could build it left or right-handed. So, if you just mirror the assembly, you could build it left or right-handed, so you're not stuck with a water pot on the awkward side for anyone that's a southpaw like me.
Yeah. More creative, you left-handers. They say. Fantastic.
Cool. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we've got any questions out and about there. Can you spot any guys?
Yeah, Mike Blair's asking about using magnets as bearings for the carriage and wagons bodies. But actually, you could do that, yeah. But you did a actual article on putting proper Pico running gear onto the carriages.
Yeah, I think Mike's more. I don't know what, because I think he's on about the pivot. I mean, these are fine on the bogies, but I don't know whether he's on about the wheels itself, because they can be a bit awkward to line up on the track.
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah.
If you put some model railways have they actually magnetize the whole bogie so it comes off.
Yeah,
so, and then it links in. Or what you can do is put.
So you can set the wheels down and then snap the thing on top of it.
Yeah, if you do it right, you can get it so that it aligns to go onto a piece of straight track. But I mean, I'm old school. I tilt the thing onto the.
Lay it on sideways.
Lay it on sideways and run. I mean, it would be easier if you had the proper wheels on it, which brings us back to Rich's challenge in a few weeks, because there's a set of wheels.
Yeah. Yes, and it had arrived today. Hold on a minute.
You're losing things.
Yes, that has arrived.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. So, then we can have a play.
Yeah.
There's lots of there's because for years we've had people saying, "Can you do?" But Cerise is very focused on the MDF so as a body, and that's where Rich is then playing forwards to have that ability to pull things in. It doesn't distract us. It just distracts Rich.
Yeah, it's me. Yes. I get lots of
I just get distracted by anything, to be honest.
That's why I've got to be here in my shed. Nothing's really going. I'm just going to be away from Steve's influence. Get things done. Fantastic. Yes.
That's it. They use little. They all run about with laser pointers just on the floor, and that's me. I'm off following it around, seeing where it goes.
That's good. I'll employ that tactic when we begin our. I'm sure people will know that. That is.
Yeah. A Blood Bowl league. Yes.
Oh right. Okay.
So that's we've decided that we're going to reinstate Mondays socially distanced, but we're going to start our Monday gaming club because we haven't rolled any dice properly for quite some time. So Blood Bowl's first.
You can see, folks, my eyes glazed over at that point. I had no idea what I was
So we've started. We spent Monday planning the stadium. So we're going to use our Ludus sets and do a really cool stadium for it for the final.
Yeah, people will find that in the Roman Arena, if they look up just Blood Bowl on our site, they'll come up with the 3 different arenas that they could use to make their pitches and the stadiums, and we're going to have to make a crowd to go around it as well.
Yeah. Pain for blood.
Paint that.
I just wish somebody we knew could do like Roman figures sat on the seating, like just a block, like a strip.
Yeah.
Just put them on.
Yes. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, that's what we're going to be working on for the next week, I think. So I'm going to head off and get some painting done. Pick my team. So I think it's going to have to be the Steel Whiskers or something like that, a Skaven team. I've got a Blood Bowl pitch to make between now and next week, somehow. Gary, what do you think you'll be getting up to in the next week?
Well, maybe. What am I doing tomorrow? It's one of those weeks, really, next week. Whatever's on my screen, because I've got the main computer behind me, that will hopefully be finished tomorrow, flattened out. Something else coming into the post to me, which is
which is going out tomorrow, so you should get that Saturday, Monday.
Yeah, that's K47. Oh, I've got to finish up something that I'm not allowed to show you at all. I've got to paint that next week. Everyone's going to love seeing this when it's actually painted and weathered.
That's a couple of weeks away, though.
We've got loads of little projects and things like that have been. It's all coming to an end. Really. Lots of photographs next week.
It's funny. It's been funny, hasn't it? Because we've got quite a lot, and this last couple of weeks is all these spinning plates. And it's like, right, great, take it off and sit it down. It's done now.
Yeah. So I've got 5 sets of instructions and 5, 6, 7, 8 instructions to do. So pretty boring backroom stuff, none of the painting stuff. But it does mean it's getting close to.
Does mean that as
AJ will be back, won't he? Not next week. He's coming back week after, and he's got a big list of stuff he's got to work through. So
Well, he's not going to do at the moment anyway.
He's had 3 weeks off. He's had 3 weeks off, and he's going to have to do 3 weeks work when he comes back to catch up.
All in 1 week. Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic, guys.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll call it a night. Short and sweet tonight, but we'll get some things together for next week, and I want to make sure everybody gets those questions in. There's a few more bits going out on our YouTube and Instagram and other things through the weekend and into next week that you want to keep an eye out for. And Steve and Gary, thank you very much. I'm going to say goodnight.
All right.
So thank you. See you soon.
Good night, everyone. Cheers. Thank you.
Folks.